Well, to say that we've been looking forward to this would be an understatement. Yes, we're off to Cairns with 2 weeks to fill in. We head out of Brisbane on Friday night with the little town of Tyro as a potential destination. This will give us a couple of hours head start in the morning. You can camp opposite the pub as long as you have a feed and a couple of beers, and I don't think that that'll be a problem to you. After all, it's Friday night and we're on holidays. Morning guys, how are you? We are on a little adventure. So we were 2 weeks away. So we headed out of Brisbane yesterday afternoon and we made it to Tyro, just on lovely sunset. So we found this little station hotel. We actually camped here, straight across the road from the hotel. But the deal is a feed and a couple of beers, which we certainly, if you'd have paid for a campsite, you would be, wow, that was an expensive campsite, but no, it was great. Food was brilliant. Yeah, we had a few cool beers and just chilled. So yeah, just nice to get out of Bris Vegas on the first night, get a few Ks under our belt. Not quite sure where we're going to end up today. Cairns is the ultimate destination. Spend a few days, 4 days, whatever, up there, and then slowly work our way back down again. So hang around and enjoy the trip. Cheers.
Sided polygon is a dodecagon.
There you go.
And it is a side of a 50-cent piece. There you go. Did not know that.
There you go. We've learned something today from the Save Your Life trivia.
Yes. 50-cent piece is a dodecagon. Anyway, where are we? We're on our way to Gladstone. Is the next next town on our route. We don't go into Gladstone.
I don't think we do.
That's right.
I'm sure we drive.
Let's have a look.
Rockhampton.
I think.
Because Gladstone's on the coast, so we go through Rockhampton.
Yep, we do not go into Gladstone.
Navigator.
Calliope is, yep, so Calliope, then there's that big intersection. That new big intersection, remember?
Yeah.
And we bypass Gladstone, and next stop is Rockhampton. Yep.
And then we can stop.
Sorry?
And then we can stop.
And we can stop.
Just to stretch our legs.
Well, you can say, Dad,
You
we
just
can
gotta tell
stop
me.
any time you want to stretch your legs, Mel, because you're part of this crew. Okay?
Right, let's have it.
That's just slow overtaking vehicles. So folks, we're just trying to, on those that have never been up this way before, this is the road between Bundaberg and Rockhampton. It's a fairly boring sort of drive, but unfortunately you've got to do it if you head north. And there's they've set up some trivia questions. So we've been playing and we thought, oh, well, the next one we'll film. So it's what happens to most things, you turn the damn camera on and there's been no more questions. So hence that's what the laugh was all about.
So some of the questions was, what is mined in Mount Perry? And we all went coal, we went gold, and the answer was gold. Who was the Burnett River named after? So obviously his name was Burnett.
That's how I said Mr. Burnett, but...
So we said, well, what was his profession? So the man's name was James Burnett, And his profession was?
He was a surveyor.
That's right.
He was a governor, he was an architect, whatever else. Anyway, so hence that's what we were laughing about when we turned the camera on, because we were getting ready to do another one and it was actually a sign that said keep left. So we're still working on the answer to that.
Okay, here we go. Trivia games. Floral emblem of Queensland. No.
I'm
It's
embarrassed.
the,
Don't know that.
Hibiscus.
Is it?
Yep.
The hibiscus? No.
Answer, the Cooktown child. No, the child.
What was the answer?
The Cooktown orchid.
Orchid.
Yeah, that
It's the same though as
was close. Yeah, no, it's not.
Rightio, the Cooktown orchid. Right, well, let's see what the next one is, because we all got that wrong. Obviously, we're not Queenslanders.
Yeah, no, we'll have to dub that one
We're
out.
Tasmanians, Mum.
Ex-Tasmanians,
Ex-
Mel.
No, Tasmanians.
Oh, okay, so, right. So, you Tasmanians through and through, are you, Mel?
Sure am.
Sure am, rightio.
Donuts. So we were just cruising down the road and there was a sign and we're like looking for somewhere for morning tea. And I was going to put the jet boiler on, but all of a sudden, out of the blue, just like heaven sent, is the sign and it says donuts, yum. So somewhere south of Calliope, we're not sure exactly where we are, but somewhere south of Calliope is this amazing oasis. So we've stopped
Coming, Mum?
for us. We've stopped for something to eat and a drink. A bite into this. Cinnamon donuts, yum.
Hot cinnamon donuts. John?
How you doing? Give us a wave, guys. That was beautiful, lovely. Yeah, it was excellent. We punched on today and banked some Ks. I was in the groove. You know how it is. The roads were good, the traffic light, and some akadaka cranking in the background made time disappear. A stop in Rockhampton where we refuelled and had some lunch, then made our way through numerous roadworks making pretty good time. Punching on, we made it to the Cape Palmerston area. The only problem was that we had originally planned to arrive here on the Sunday afternoon, which would have seen the weekend crew leaving. But as it was Saturday and this campsite is visited by many locals from the Serena and Mackay area, we were greeted by not too many choices. We did find ourselves a little spot with a westerly outlook so we could try and capture the evening sunset. The bonus is that it gives us an extra day up our sleeve for either here or later in the trip. Now, we didn't book anything, we were out of school holidays, and with the border closures we guessed there would be limited people travelling.
This is the view from inside our camper trailer at a beautiful spot that we have found. It is absolutely amazing. We're parked on the hill at the moment, but hopefully it is Saturday and hopefully there'll be a few people go tomorrow. And then we'll be good, find another flatter spot. This is Mel's setup. And as you can see, she's got a pretty good view too, looking up the hill. Got ourselves a bit of shade, the sun gets too hot. Down there on the flat would be a good spot, but hey, first in, best dressed. After a hearty breakfast, we did a bit of a pack up in anticipation of the weekenders leaving, and it wasn't long before they started to move. We were lucky enough to secure a position right on the edge of the beach, so this would be home for the next couple of days. After setting up, it was off to tick off one of our bucket list items on this trip. Yes, the sugar shed. The sugar shed is located in the small town of Serena in the heart of sugarcane country, some 37 kilometres from Mackay. We elected to do the tour, which takes around an hour. From the moment we arrived, the experience began. The colour, aroma, feel and sounds of the sugar mill in full production creates a heady combination. The first part of the tour takes you to their very own cane plantation and outdoor display.
Hey, we're not planting seeds or anything like that. We're going to plant these guys here. We call them cane billets. Each one of those billets has a ring on it, and each one of those rings has a little eye or a little nodule on it. As soon as I find it, I can show you. So there's our rings, and each one's got one of those little eyes or nodules on it.
Cool.
There. So when we plant it, we're going to dig a 20 centimetre.
You get to see some of the equipment of yesteryear,
how they used to harvest and the equipment that was designed and built by local people to assist in making the process faster and more efficient. This is a long way from the air-conditioned cabins of the harvesters and tractors of today. We ventured inside to the miniature mill that they have set up to showcase how the sugar is extracted from the cane to what we end up with in our tea, coffee and brekkie cereal. This is all topped off with a tasting at the end, which includes fairy floss for the kids, both big and small, some homemade sauces and a nip of the rums, liqueurs and ginger beer for the bigger kids. Unfortunately, we were not able to sample their award-winning rum as all the stock had been exhausted from this year's allotment. Oh well, a good excuse to come back another time. Today we leave this amazing spot and head further north. The plan was to make a free camp just outside of Townsville, but you know, best laid plans. We stopped to catch up with some friends in Mackay, and a 15-minute stop turned in considerably more. Never mind, it was great to catch up and we're not on any time limit. We make our way to Bowen for lunch and then end up at Alvey Beach, about 10 k's east of Ayr. Come across the Burdekin River and the Burdekin Bridge, and it doesn't matter, for me it doesn't matter how many times you go across it, there's always something about it. It's always different. Sometimes there's water in it, sometimes there's not. Even when I came up here for work, it was always a bit of a highlight of the trip south when you cross the Burdekin Bridge.
Probably 3:30 in the afternoon, and we needed to find somewhere to stop for the night on our way to Cassowary. So this is it.
We went down to check out the river, but a combination of laziness Yes, I should have let some air out of the tyres, and the fact the wind was bloody howling, we aborted the mission and returned to the shelter of our camp for a beer. Good morning, guys. We are at a little place called Alva Beach, just east of Ayr. We took you down to show you the beach last night, so we're all packed up. It's about 7:30 and we're going to head through to Innisfail with some friends up there we're going to catch up with. So hopefully all goes to plan. We're going to use the ring road through Townsville, and then it'll give us some time. Take Melly into Mission Beach, do the loop through there, see if we can't spy a cassowary. That's the plan. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Cheers, guys. While we were at the caravan park, we asked the owners about the possibility of seeing a cane fire on my bucket list. You see, the Burdekin area is one of the last places that still burn their cane before it's cut. This is due to the density of the growth, due mainly to the constant water supply provided by the Burdekin River. The cane is pushed over towards the centre of the paddock days before it's burnt, helping to contain it. This is a telltale sign that a fire is imminent. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see one, but they did share some footage that we can use with a fire a few weeks back. That would be awesome to see live. So we just called in off the highway into Temula Beach, excuse me. So it's a little camp area that it's a free camp, and toilets, bins. Looks pretty cool. We're not staying tonight, but certainly can put it on the list, maybe on the way back. It seems to be some walks. There is a sign down there that there's potentially a resident croc at the moment. Yeah, the boys are going to back the boat in.
What'd she see?
Ice cream.
You saw
Ice cream?
Did you see?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
How'd you?
Oh, nice.
It's going to drop. Can I have a lick?
Oh. You better lick this bottom stuff.
Well,
What better way to stop for lunch? We've just arrived at Cardwell on the beach. Now, I can remember I was here a few years ago just after the cyclone went through, and over there, just on the other side of the road, is the sand. They've actually picked the sand up off the beach and put it over on the main road. So yeah, I'll just show you some pickies of, probably seen some of this before, but oh, it's a great spot to stop for lunch, right on the beach. There's the road, there's the cars going on the main road, and that's where the sand. So they've picked it all up and put it over there. So that big island over there is actually the Hinchinbrook. Pretty sure it's Hinchinbrook. Runs all the way up the coast. Yes, it is. Cool. The girls have got lunch organised, so we might go and have something to eat. Feed the worms, so to speak. Green ants. They're ants and they're green.
There's those green things in the back of their...
Could be. So this is us set up at Flying Fish Point, Far North Queensland. Innisfail, Far North Queensland, I should say. There's Liz. We've had, well, we leave Friday night, so it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, today's Tuesday. Look out, it's washing day. So we've got in at sort of 2:30, 3 o'clock, as I said earlier, and hopefully gives an opportunity to do a quick bit of a wash and then the kettle on for a cup of tea. Probably a bit early for a beer, but yeah, here we are, we're all set up, only a few metres from the beach, so wonderful. On the next episode, we check out some waterfalls, spend some time at one of North Queensland's #1 tourist attractions, and funny thing, we find ourselves at a winery. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button or leave us a comment. As always, travel safe and don't let the dust settle.